Hey there. So we've won the roll for round 4. Let's take a look at what we're up against. Baba Booey. And so we finally get the zoo matchup that is not good. I'm just gonna run through game 1, see if there's anything weird, but I assume that it's just the counter cat list, most likely. Not a great hand, but on the play I think it's okay. Kitchen Finks probably eats a Path to Exile, but if it doesn't, it blocks a Nacatl and sticks around to talk about it, slightly smaller. And Knight of the Reliquary is sort of the entire match. So, Noble Hierarch, by the way, is super good. Nacatl is not as scary. We do have enough fetch lands in hand that Knight of the Reliquary comes out as 4/4, which is huge in the matchup, and Phyrexian Crusader is also huge. In fact, this matchup is the only reason that Phyrexian Crusader is seeing play in this format, and it's only seeing play in my deck. Basically, this has protection from all the removal in his deck. It does kill Nacatl. The only problems that it has are Nacatl with a Hierarch as backup. I should maybe be killing the Hierarch here, in fact, given that. Oh, jeez. Sort of awkward because I already put the Exalted trigger on. I am going to kill the Hierarch. The Nacatl just isn't relevant as long as... Well, there are a couple of ways it can be relevant. He can untap and drop Elspeth, in which case, well, Nacatl gets very scary. Elspeth is a big deal in this matchup. Or he can play another Noble Hierarch, in which case Phyrexian Crusader can't block again. Barring either of those two situations, though, I prefer this play, and he's like very obviously leaving up 1 white mana for Path to Exile, so I'm not gonna cast Knight of the Reliquary right now. Gonna go for the Crusader instead. Now, I'm not sure that this actually does win the game at all. By the way, Ghost Quarter is a wasteland right now. He has no more basics in the deck, which is pretty cool because, well, here comes Elspeth. That's not cool. I was gonna say it's pretty cool because he's having a little trouble with colors, but we're just gonna lose to... No, we're not gonna lose to a 5/5 flyer. Well, I appreciate that. There are 2 Goyfs, though. So... I think the play this turn has to be Inquisition first. If he is truly mana screwed, we can maybe take some damage to Wasteland, but I want to get Path to Exile out of his hand and then cast Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah, just getting Knight of the Reliquary out of his hand is fine too. It made his Goyfs big, but we can deal with that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit down to 6, then I'm gonna stop taking damage, unless he can draw the Elspeth. And I'm just gonna ramp my knights up, and then I mean, it's fairly likely that the game just ends with me fetching Sejiri's Step. It seems mostly irrelevant. Unless he decides he only wants to attack with one Goyf, but I mean, I'm not blocking either, I don't think. I guess I double block a Goyf here, because he can't kill my Nether Reliquary. The Infect hits first. So yeah, we'll go ahead and kill one of those. I lose the Crusader, which is too bad, but I suspect that 2 copies of Nether Reliquary plus the Finks coming in soon will be enough to lock this game down. Unless he draws Elspeth. You can always just draw Elspeth and win this matchup. Pretty sure I just cast the Knight. He can get up to 7/7 thanks to Ghost Core. Well, 8/8 if I want to kill my own land, but I want to kill the Treetop Village. And I can fetch Arena very soon and start really solidifying this advantage, because right now it's a pretty... It's an advantage, definitely, but it's an awkward one. At any point, Elspeth can land on the table and make my life miserable. Make my life over, more like. So he has nothing in hand. He cannot profitably swing with that Goyf. Everything seems to be going fine. I think I prefer just not playing the Hierarch, to be honest. Oh, I guess he can get it eaten by Arena. I can fetch a Dryad Arbor here. It's not the worst play. I think I'm just going to make him big though. Is there any reason to Finks here? And also, why did I not write down which land he has in hand? Because killing Hallowed Fountain and Hierarch might take him off Elspeth. He has to voluntarily give me Hierarch, but I'm sort of assuming that that's what he's planning to do if I fetch Arena. It's a really difficult spot. All of the lines are probably about the same. I'm gonna go with Finks. It just seems like a safe play. It makes it harder for him to get through. I am dealing myself a bit of damage with all of these land fetching deals. I have to decide also whether I want to double fetch or leave one knight up for Sajiri's step. Because when he passes there, he can easily have Path to Exile. Yeah, just absurd knights. Am I getting pathed? It would be a good time to cast Path. Not so far. Well, that's sort of fun. Get rid of all those. I'm killing next turn, assuming no path, and I'll have Thoughtseize back up in case he does have the path. As far as Crusader, like, the choice here is Crusader versus Arena activation, and I prefer Arena activation just slightly. Just gonna concede. Okay, it's fine. Elspeth would have made it even easier than Sajiri's step. Just send them flying. So that's game one. Unfortunately, I'm pretty much already boarded perfectly for this matchup. I bring in another sword and an Elspeth for 2 scholars, I think, and that's all I can really do. I prefer not to have the full 4 Dark Confidant in this matchup because they're quite a lot faster than you are, and Confidant also dies a lot where otherwise their removal would be a lot less useful. Like right now I have no 2/2 creatures except Mirran Crusader that they can target with something like a Lightning Bolt or Lightning Helix. I guess Kitchen Finks and Dryad Arbor, if you want to get technical, but not a whole lot. I do only have 16 creatures in the deck. It's a little bit awkward. It's probably a problem. This deck is not tuned at all. I'm gonna wear the glasses for this one. I think that has to be a mulligan. Gideon and Elspeth are great, but probably not here. Especially on the draw there. This looks like a much more playable hand. So yeah, the plan should be fairly obvious. I'm just gonna ramp up to Elspeth behind a Phyrexian Crusader, killing their creatures as we go. And he's attacking for 1 with Noble Hierarch on turn 2. And passing. Jeez Louise. I've never wanted to kill Noble Hierarch more in my life. So I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna wait for his turn. Well, if he breaks that, I'll just kill it now. Because it seems pretty likely his hand is Planeswalker plus some sort of weird counterspell. I don't think counterspells are good to bring in this matchup, but wouldn't put it past him. Is he gonna Helix me end of turn? Is he just confused? He is Helixing me end of turn. Does he just have that many points of burn? I'm struggling to understand what's going on here, obviously. So I can just grab black and play Phyrexian Crusader, and I don't know if I want to pact that. I can kill his Elspeth with my Elspeth, if that is in fact what's going on. And it's also a lot better to pact the turn that I do play Elspeth, because then when I tap out the next turn, I at least get to make a 1/1 dude. Bump my loyalty up. He is just gonna burn me out. That's pretty ludicrous. At least that's what he's trying. See how far he gets. All of his burn is in increments of 3, so I'm totally fine to play the Temple Garden untapped. That's what I plan to do. Oh, well, that helps a little bit. Because, like, I have no idea what's in his hand, to be perfectly honest. But I suspect that I am going to be sending Phyrexian Crusader at his face. Does he really just have another 6 points of burn? Oh, I can't do that. Card interactions for the loss. Anyway, we have him on a 5-turn clock. Chances of living that long, given how he's playing so far, are not super high, but not impossibly low either. And he also can no longer blow me out with Elspeth, because I have an Elspeth. Heyo! Gonna go ahead and not lose the game. Get in there hard. Puts him at 20. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Well, that's gotta be the weirdest game of this matchup I've ever played. And yeah, he takes the win. Elspeth is Noah Johnny. So he's leaving in all of his burn and apparently intends to aim it at my face. I'm pretty okay with that. I have Sword of Light and Shadow and Finks, and that's the only life gain I've got. I'm gonna board out my last 2 Bobs for Scholar, just given how that how that played out. Gee, this is a hand that I can almost keep. On the draw, I'd keep that, for sure. This hand's, well, it depends. If there were 2 lands on top of my deck for the last hand, that hand would have been a lot better. But this hand is pretty good too. I don't see much reason to Thoughtseize turn 1. Deals me a ton of damage, and like he has to have Hierarch and 2 Knight of the Reliquary for that to be the right play, I feel like. I need to fetch a forest with this, so I think I just can't afford that much life. Tidehollow Skeller is great for making Goyf huge. It's an artifact and a creature. It's one of the coolest interactions in the deck, in my opinion. Yeah, usually people actually board out Nacatl too. I think. I mean, I think the good players are boarding out Nacatl in this matchup. But apparently we're just gonna try to get underneath all my removal, which is one way to play. Do I just seize and tap Godless Shrine? I sorta like it. Gonna do it. Given that I drew Go for the Throat, I like this play. So he has, well, yeah, I'll save Go for the Throat for Knight of the Reliquary and take the Nacatl. Looks like he has a mulligan. Well, I don't know. His hand's not so bad. Next turn, he does pretty much nothing, swings for 3. Then I play a Tarmogoyf. His Nacatl stops attacking. He plays Knight of the Reliquary. I kill it with Go for the Throat. Tidehollow Skeller is never going to do anything in this game, unfortunately. Did he really? Drew a Goyf? That's the worst possible. Okay. Well, I think my play is clear enough. Goyf holds down the ground until he gets anything. Until a Noble Hierarch comes along. Goyf is pretty solid here. Yeah, he's going to play Knight of the Reliquary, which is fine, and I'm going to kill it. And hopefully draw land, eventually sword up my Goyf, and swing for the win. Our Goyfs get a little bit bigger. Sometimes you just can't beat the top of their deck in this matchup. It goes both ways. Definitely he's in a better position than I am as far as that goes right now. He seriously? Okay, Green Sun Zenith is a lot better than Elspeth. So I could really use a land. Nope. This is starting to get pretty bad. Why did he not attack and helix my Goyf? Not quite following that. So I have one turn to draw land before I lose, basically. And that's if he doesn't draw anything. One time deck. Oh, I guess I also have all my paths, all of my smothers, all of my go for the throat. Singular. It's making me sweat it. Even just letting his knight live as long as I have is pretty bad because he gets to fetch up Treetop Village. I guess that works. It makes Goyf smaller by 1. Can handle that. It's definitely a lot better than comes into play untapped land. Well, I can actually maybe let him use it once. Let's see what he gets. If it's super bad for me, I will stop letting him use it immediately. But it just means I have to... See, that's pretty much fine for me. The tempo of getting my own Knight of the Reliquary down seems more important than stopping him from drawing one card. I appreciate him having lands. How does he have something to cast every turn? It's sort of eerie. Okay, well, I don't understand what's going on. Just fetching that untapped. Swinging with 5/5 Knight. I'll take it. What else am I gonna do? I guess he's playing 2 matches at once or something, because I don't really feel like he has much to think about here. Maybe he's going to try to give a double strike, and then I can really blow him out with Slaughter Pact. He is not. Think some more. I'm sorry, this is pretty boring for a video. Ideally, I want... Do I live through that? Yeah, ideally I want to land. If he has Bolt in hand, well, I guess a fetch land works just fine. Do I cast Inquisition of Kozilek straight away in that case? I think I have to. He's only on 9 also. Phyrexian Crusader looks pretty silly right now. Is he a better play the Knight of the Reliquary here, though? Knight of the Reliquary seems fairly likely to eat a lightning bolt or something. Well, he's gonna hit the Scholar first, either way. I think I am gonna go with Crusader. What about Sword? Well, I don't get to equip it next turn. Yeah, I need to live 2 turns here somehow. Wait a second, he has nothing. Okay, I can actually just Crusader and not Slaughter Pact, because he has no way to get Knight of the Reliquary through at this point. Short of Elspeth, but letting him untap into that is a little bit better anyway. I mean, letting him cast Elspeth and then casting Slaughter Pact on the creature he gives flying, assuming that he's going to give something flying. Are you going to Unified Will it or something? No, he's just playing another match. I'm sorry. So, how you guys doing? I'm doing good. If I can get Sword of Feast and Famine on Phyrexian Crusader, it's pretty sweet. What's happening? Awesome. Okay, so sometimes you, like I said, just can't beat the top of their deck. I don't know, maybe he really screws up here somehow. I guess I'm not quite dead yet. He thinks I'm dead, but I'm not. Question is, how do I not die immediately afterwards? I need to draw removal again, have him not have any burn. And I'm actually fine given all those conditions. Elspeth and a land would work too. I think I just need to swing with Crusader. Well, let's think. If I hit a land next turn, he can kill Elspeth. He doesn't have protection from green, I'm just getting blocked. That would make Tarmogoyf smaller. Doesn't buy me another turn. No, I just have no play. I need to top deck a removal spell. I didn't even get a white land, so I don't even have Elspeth as an out here. So this matchup is essentially half an hour of seeing what's on the top of the other guy's deck, and I actually feel like I am a favorite here. I consistently die with a lot of really good stuff in my hand. The reason is that I don't have the acceleration creatures, which, you know, that's one of the reasons that I have more good stuff. gonna Bant Charm my Sculler. Yeah, well, he has the win, he just has to work out how to tap his lands. Okay. So, it's a letdown at the end, but overall it's a fine tournament. I think I win this match pretty easily if, like, a couple of things don't go his way. That took so long that I want to run through everything that happened. So, game 1, I keep 3 drops in Path, and just shut him down completely. Inquisition caught a Knight of the Reliquary. Inquisition is often really good. Yeah, Knights just stayed in play and got huge. And he scooped. Okay, so for a game that took 12 minutes to play, that took 30 seconds to eloquently cover every play decision. Game 2, I just lost to 5 3-casting cost burn spells. Definitely the weirdest game I've ever played against this deck. Notice that if he has 1 less burn spell, his hand is absolute garbage. He just has 12 points of damage that can kill a 1/1 and can't target my relevant creature. So that's one reason that I think I should have an edge against him. Maybe I don't quite yet, but I should be able to find a way to have it. And yeah, game 2, I stripped his hand to something that was completely, yeah, absolutely nothing, and I just missed land. Playing 24 mana producing land, which I think is right. I don't think going up to 25 is right. It's possible though. Okay, so yeah, that was the tournament for me. I hope you've enjoyed. Sorry about the slightly disappointing result. I'm not too upset about it. I am increasingly less impressed by the format though. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be playing Modern. If the metagame remains as it is, it just doesn't seem like a very interesting format. Alright.